श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. With the abundant blessings of our Acharya Swamiji, we are now in Mookapanchashati, last Shatakam, Mandasmita Shatakam, Shloka number 53.
Namaskaram. वैषद्येन च विश्वतापहरण क्रीडापटीयस्तया पाण्डित्येन पचेलिमेन जगतां नेत्रोत्सवोत्पादने कामाक्षी स्मितकन्दलैस्तवतुलाम् आरोढुमुद्योगिनी ज्योत्स्नासु जलराशि पोषणतया दोष्यां प्रपन्ना दशा.
Kamakshi Tava Smita Kandalaihi, third line. By the mass of your gentle smile, Kandala is the mass here, and that is being described. Vaishadhyena cha. Now, this mass of gentle smile is known for which characteristics? He is describing one by one. First is Vaishadhyam. Vishada is clarity, white. Vaishadhyam, clarity, whiteness. So it is white and clear. Then Vishwatapaharana Krida Patiyaha. Patiya is expertise. Vishwatapaharana Krida, the sport of removing of the misery of the world. The removing of the misery of the world is such an arduous task, and that is being done as a sport, Krida. That is to be noted here. For us, even ordinary things are done with great effort, whereas removal of the misery of the entire universe is only a krida, is only a sport. And your gentle smile has got the expertise of doing the sport. Patiyaha, Taya, that Pandityena, Pachelimena, Jagatam, Netra Utsava Utpadane. Not Utpadena, Utpadane. Jagatam Netra Utsava Utpadane. Utpadana is producing. Producing a festival for the eyes of the world. Generating, creating a festival for the eyes of the world. In that, Padane, in that, you have Pachelimena Pandityena. Pachelimena means matured, high level of. Panditya is again expertise. Mastery, mature mastery in creating the festival, in creating the delight for the eyes of the people. So, Smita Kandalaihi, your masses of smile, with them, with those masses, Tulam Arodham Udyogini. Udyogini is making effort. Tulam Arodham, to ascend the scale. Tula is scale, weighing scale. So Tulam Arodham, ascend the weighing scale. That means to equal. Why will anyone ascend a weighing scale? Only when you want to equal the weight of the other person, isn't it? Other object. So he says, there is someone who is making an effort to ascend the scale to equal you. Who is that? Asau Jyotsna. Jyotsna Asau. This moonshine. But it makes an effort to ascend the scale to equal your glory, but it doesn't achieve that. Why? Jalarashi Poshanataya Dushyam Prapanna Dasham. Whereas your gentle smile has got so many characteristics, whiteness, expertise in removal of misery of the world, and providing festival, delightful festival for the eyes of the world. So many such positive characteristics are there for you, whereas for Jyotsna, what is the characteristic? Jalarashi poshanataya dushyam prapanna dasham. Jalarashi is ocean. Poshanataya, nourishing the ocean. By nourishing the ocean, dushyam dasham prapanna, it attained a state which is being despised, a despicable state, a state which will be criticized. Dushyam. Dusha is something to do with dosha. So it's something which is faulty, which is defective, which is to be criticized. So that kind of state, what is wrong if you nourish the ocean? The problem is during full moon, the ocean becomes very agitated. It appears as if the ocean will cross its shore limits. So that kind of unnecessary high wave and agitation is caused by moonlight. What is the use of that? There is no use. This is only creating unnecessary agitation in the ocean. So whereas for gentle smile, the characteristic is it creates delight for the eyes of the world, whereas this creates trouble for the ocean. Ocean is calm otherwise. Unnecessarily you are creating trouble for the ocean. That is what he says. So he says, Kamakshi, your masters of gentle smile are known for the characteristics of whiteness, expertise in the sport of removal of misery of the universe, and mature mastery in creating a festival for the eyes of the world. And this moonlight is making an effort to ascend the scale to equal your glory, but unfortunately, it attains a very despicable state because it nourishes the ocean and it makes it agitated. Next.
लावण्याम्बुजिनी मृणालवलयैः शृङ्गारगन्धद्विप ग्रामण्यश्रुतिचामरैस्तरुणिम स्वराज्यते जोङ्कुरैः आनन्दामृतसिन्धुवीचि पृषतैः आस्याब्ज हंसैस्तव श्रीकामाक्षि मथानमन्द हसितैः मत्कं मनः कल्मषम्.
Here he heaps praise on this Mandasmita. He is using very choice expressions, very choice descriptions. He says, last line, Shri Kamakshi, Matkam Manak Kalmasham Mathana Mandahasitaihi. Mandahasitaihi, by your gentle smile, Matkam, mine, Manak Kalmasham, the faults in my mind, Mathana, churn away. Mathana is actually churning, means removing. Remove the faults and the doshas, the faults, the defects in my mind by your gentle smile. Now the gentle smile is being praised by giving various descriptions. Lavanya Ambujuni Mrunala Valayahi. How is this gentle smile? It is like this. Lavanya Ambujini. Ambujini is a lotus group. Ambuja is lotus, Ambujini a lotus pond or a lotus group. Lavanya, beauty of the lotus group, in that the stem, the stalk, Mrinala, Valayahi, groups of stems, groups of stalks of the lotuses in the lotus pond, how beautiful they are. It is like this. Your gentle smile is like that. Next, another example. Sringara Gandhadvipa Gramanyaha Shruti Chamaraihi. Dvipa is elephant, we have seen before. Sringara Gandhadvipa. Sringara is described as an elephant. Just as Lavanya was described as Ambujini, here Sringara is described as an elephant. Sringara is the beauty. The beauty is described as Gandhadvipa, intoxicated elephant. Because the elephant produces a special ichor, special smell with that liquid. That is why it is called Gandha. So Gandhadvipa Gramanyaha. Gramani is chief of that kind of elephant, chief of intoxicated elephant. Shruti Kamaraihi, the ears of the intoxicated elephant are like chauris, chamara, or like chamaras, or like chauris. That is how your gentle smile is. Your gentle smile is comparable to the beauty, which is again comparable to the waving of the ears of the intoxicated elephant, which is like chamara. Tarunima Swarajya Tejonkuraihi. Tarunima is youth. He first talked about Lavanya, beauty. Shringara is again beauty. Then now Tarunima. Tarunima is youth. Tarunima, Swarajya. Swarajya is self-rule. Swarajya, self-rule. That is, in youth, it is so self-confident. The youth is so self-confident. It is something which is unexplainable, which inexplicable. It cannot be compared with something else. So that's why he says, Tarunima Swarajya. Your youth cannot be compared with someone else's youth, isn't it? So your youth is self-rule. Nobody can question that self-rule. Tejaha, that self-rule, Tarunima has got its own brilliance. Tejaha Ankuraihi, the sprouts of brilliance of the self-rule, which is your youth. Anandamrita Sindhu Viki Prushataihi. Ananda Amrita Sindhu. The Amrita ocean of bliss. Ananda Amrita Sindhu. Viki is waves. Waves of that Ananda ocean. Ananda Amrita ocean. Prushataihi, drops. Some drops from that ocean which come from the waves. If they can be compared with your gentle smile, then that is so beautiful. Asyabja Hamsaihi. Asya is face. Abja is lotus. Hamsa is swan. Swans in the lotus face. Asyabja. If your face is compared to a lotus, your gentle smile is compared with swan. Swan in a lotus face. Around the lotus, there are swans in a lotus pond. So he is comparing with those swans. Asyadya Hamsaihi. So he says, O Kamakshi, please remove the faults in my mind by your gentle smile, which are comparable to, in terms of beauty, they are comparable to the lotus, groups of lotuses, groups of lotus stalks in a lotus pond, and the ears which are like chamaras of the intoxicated elephant chief, which is again beauty. Next is youth, which has got its own sprouts of brilliance of self-rule. Next is drops of waves from the ocean of Amrita of bliss. Then swans in the lotus face. So the Mandahasitayahi, that plural he is using, that is why. Because gentle smile is coming like a wave, one after the other. So those gentle smiles are compared with various such beautiful objects, and he prays for the gentle smile to remove the Manakalmasham. Next.
उत्तुङ्गस्तनमण्डली परिचरन् माणिक्यहारच्छटा चञ्चच्चोणिमपुञ्जमध्य सरणिं महतः परिष्कुर्वती या वैदग्ध्यमुपैति शङ्करजटा कान्तारवाटीपतत् स्वर्वापि पयसस्मितद्युतिरसौ कामाक्षिते मञ्जुळा
Kamakshi te Manjula Asau Mitadyutihi. Last time. O Kamakshi, your beautiful, very enchanting brilliance of your smile. Smitadyutihi, brilliance of your smile. Manjula, very beautiful. So now he is explaining why it is so beautiful. Uttungasthana mandali parichalan manikya hara chata. Manikya hara is ruby necklace. Parichalan is moving about. A ruby necklace is moving about on Uttungasthana mandali, the raised bosom area of Devi. On the raised bosom area of Devi, there is a ruby necklace, Manikya Hara, Chata. Chata is shine, the luster. Chanchat is dangling. That Hara is dangling. In that Shonima Punja Madhya Saranim, Mataha Parishkurvati. Shonima Punja Madhya Saranim. Because this necklace is all red, because Manikya we said, isn't it? It is all red color. Shonima is red color. Shonima Punja, mass of red color. In that, in the middle of that mass of red color, Madhya Saranim is middle path. Taking a middle path in the mass of red color emanating from the Manikyahara, which is moving about, which is dangling on the raised bosom area. Mataha, O mother, Parishkurvati. Parishkurvati means decorating, adding decoration. Adding decoration to the mass of red color is your white, gentle smile. So you have to understand that the gentle smile is so white, and it has also got its own mandala, its own zone. So that zone comes and joins the zone of red color of the Manikyahara. So that is the beauty. Ya Vaidagdhyam Upayati. So that one description is over. Now he is going to another description. Ya Vaidagdhyam Upayati. Vaidagdhyam is cleverness, dexterity. Upayati means attains. It attains the cleverness. What cleverness? Shankara Jata Kantara Vati Patat Sorvapi Payasaha. Sorvapi is Ganga, we have seen before. Akasha Ganga is Sorvapi. Payasaha, waters of the Akasha Ganga. Patat, they are dropping. These waters of the Akasha Ganga are dropping. Where it is dropping? Shankara Jata Kantara Vati. Vati is a garden. Which is the garden here? Forest. Forest is likened to a garden. Kantara is forest. What forest? Shankara Jata. The matted tresses of Shiva. The matted tresses of Shiva on his head are like a forest. And if you consider it like a garden, in a garden you have beautiful water falls, isn't it? So this is like a beautiful patati, that is why it is dropping, falling down. So it is like a waterfall of the Ganga. Now if you imagine that beauty, then that beauty is comparable to your gentle smile. That is what she says. So you, O Kamakshi, the beauty of your gentle smile, the brilliance, the beautiful brilliance of your gentle smile is like this. First is, it adds decoration to the red mass by taking a middle path in the middle of the red mass, which is coming from, emanating from the ruby necklace, which is dangling, which is moving about on the raised bosom area, and it also attains the dexterity of the beautiful waterfall of Ganga in the garden, which is the forest of the matted tresses of Shankara. Next.
सन्नामैकजुषा जनेन सुलभं संसूचयन्ति शनैः उत्तुङ्गस्य चिरात् अनुग्रहतरः उत्पस्यमानं फलं प्रातं येन विकस्वर कुसुमवत् प्रागल्भ्यमभ्येयुषी कामाक्षि स्मितचातुरी तव मम क्षेमं करी कल्पता.
Last line, Kamakshi, Tava Smita Chaturi Mama Ksemankari Kalpatam. That is a prayer. Tava Smita Chaturi, the cleverness of your gentle smile, let it bring about well-being for me. Ksemankari, let it bring about Kshema for me, well-being for me. Let it become Ksemankari for me. And then he is explaining that Smita Chaturi. Kannam Ekajusha Janena Sulabham Samsuchayanti Shanaihi. Kannama Ekajusha Janena Sulabham. Kannama Ekajusha. Kannama is good name. Attached to good name. Those who are attached to your good name, Sulabham, for them this gentle smile is very easy to get. Those who are repeatedly chanting your name, only your name is their refuge. That is why Ekajusha he says. Sannama Ekajusha. Your name is their only refuge. So such people, for them, this is Sulabham. It is easy to get. Then, Samsuchayanti Shanaihi Uttungasya Chirati Anugraha Taroho Utpatsyamanam Phalam. Anugraha Taroho. If you consider Devi's blessing as a tree, Anugraha Taru. If you consider Devi's blessing as a tree, in that some fruit is going to come. Utpatsyamanam Phalam. Some fruit which is going to come. Utpatsyamanam is future tense. So it is going to come. It is going to be produced. A fruit which is going to be produced. Samsuchayanti, indicating that fruit. Shanaihi, slowly indicating that fruit. Uttungasya Anugrahataroho, that Anugrahataru, that tree is very tall. Uttungasya means very tall. Chirat, quite some time. Chirat is quite some time. He says, this indicates slowly the fruit which is going to be born on the tree of high blessing after a long time. The fruit will come after quite some time, but you have got an advance indication by this Smita Chaturi, by this gentle smile. The gentle smile is an advance indicator of a very big fruit which is going to come from the tree of Anugraha. That is what he is saying. Prathamyena Vikaswara Kusumavat Pragalbhyam Abhyeyushi. Vikaswara means blossomed. Kusumavat, flower. Like a blossomed flower. Normally, lotus. Blossomed flower. Pragalbhya, importance. Abhyeyushi, attaining the importance of a blossomed flower. Prathamyena, by its superiority. Prathama, Prathamya. Prathamya is superiority, being the first. That means the blossomed flower has got an unparalleled beauty. Nobody can compete with that. So it has got its own importance, Pragalbhyam. So that kind of importance, this your gentle smile also attains. So your gentle smile may bring about my well-being, O Kamakshi, and that gentle smile is easy to attain for people who resort to your good name always. And it is also indicating very slowly the fruit which is going to come on the tree of Anugraha after quite some time. And it is also indicative of the blossomed flower, of the importance of the blossomed flower, which is by its superiority. Next.
दानुष्काग्रसरस्य लोलकुटिल भ्रूलेखया बिभ्रतः लीला लोकशिलीमुखं नववयः साम्राज्यलक्ष्मी उषः जेतुं मन्मथमर्दिनं जननिधे कामाक्षि हासस्वयों वल्गुर्विभ्रम भूभृतो वितनुते सेनापति प्रक्रिया.
Kamakshi Hasaha, your smile, Swayam on its own, Valguhu, it is so beautiful, Vibhrama Bhubritaha Tenapati Prakriyam Vitanute. It assumes, Vitanute, it assumes the role of a Senapati, role of an army commander for a certain king. Who is the king? Bhubritaha is a king. Vibhrama Bhubritaha. Vibhrama is the king. Vibhrama is passionate love. The passionate love, the flurry, that is Vibhrama. So if you consider passionate love as a king, this gentle smile, so beautiful, on its own, without any prodding, assumes the role of army commander for the feminine passion of love. How it is doing that, he is explaining. Danushka agrasarasya lola kutila bhrulekaya vibhrato leelaloka shili mukham. Dhanushka agrasarasya. Dhanushka is, agrasara is foremost. Foremost among archers. Dhanushka is an archer, one who is good in Dhanurvidya. So, the first among archers, Dhanushka agrasarasya, Lola kutila bhrulekaya, fickle and crooked eyebrow. Lola kutila bhrulekaya, fickle and crooked. Lola is fickle, moving about. Kutila is crooked. By shape it is crooked, curved. So, fickle and crooked eyebrow. Bibhrataha leelaloka shili mukham. Shili mukham is arrow. Bibhrataha means holding. Holding the arrow. What arrow? Aiming the arrow of beautiful sight. Leela loka, beautiful sight. The arrow is beautiful sight. The arrow is beautiful sight, and that fickle and crooked eyebrow is the bow. Navavaya Samrajya Lakshmi Pushaha. Pushaha means Poshana, thriving, nourishing, with wealth of empire of youth. Navavayaha. Navavayaha is youth. Samrajya is empire. The glory of with the wealth of the empire, thriving with the wealth of the empire of youth. So this king is so beautiful. The king, he is Valgu. This king is so beautiful because he is having this thriving with wealth of the empire of youth, always youthful. Then it is also aiming arrow of beautiful sight. Leela Lokam, with fickle and crooked eyebrow. Everything is adding to the beauty. That's why he is explaining that. Then, what does it do? Jayatum Manmatha Mardinam Jananite Kamakshi. It is trying to win over Shiva, the destroyer of Manmatha. Manmatha Mardinam Jayatum. To win over, to conquer the enemy of Manmatha, the destroyer of Manmatha, that is Shiva. So with this Senapati, this youthful passion of love is trying to win over. This king is trying to win over Shiva. That is the concept. The concept is that this king of feminine passion of love has employed a Senapati. Senapati has come on his own. The Senapati is the gentle smile, and he is trying to win over the enemy of Manmatha. And how he is trying to win over? He is explaining like this. That is, the fickle and crooked eyebrow he is using as a bow. Dhanushka agrasarasya, first among archers, aiming arrow of beautiful sight, Leela Loka Shilimukham, and then he is thriving with the wealth of empire of youth, Navavayaha Samrajya Lakshmi Pushaha. Next.
यन्नाकम्पतकालकूटकबली कारे चुचुम्बे नयत् क्लान्या चक्षुषि रूषितानल शिखे रुद्रस्य तत्तादृशं चेतो यत् प्रसभं स्मरज्वरसिकि ज्वालेन लेलिह्यते तत्कामाक्षि तव स्मितांशुकलिका हेलाभवं प्रभवम्.
Kamakshi, Tava Smitamshu Kalika Helabhavam Prabhavam. Smita Amshu, the rays of your gentle smile, Kalika, small drops of the rays of gentle smile, Helabhavam, Hela is play, play of the drops of rays of your smile, Prabhavam, superiority, preeminence. The preeminence of your port of the drops of rays of your smile is such that how he is describing. What is that sport he is describing? Tat. Now he is going to describe. He said tat, then first he said yat, yat na akampata, then he is closing it with tat, that which. Yat na akampata kalakota kabalikare. He is now describing Shiva. That which did not tremble, akampata, trembling, na akampata, did not tremble while swallowing kalakota poison, kalakota kabalikare. When he was swallowing kalakota, he did not tremble. There was no agitation in his mind or in his body. This is how Shiva is described. Yatu na akampata kalakota kabalikare. Next. Suchumbe na yatu glanya chakshushi rushita analashikhe rudrasya tattadrisham. Rudrasya of Shiva na chuchumbe. He did not feel hurt. Why he should feel hurt? Glanya chakshushi rushita analashikhe. Rushita is a decoration, a cover. A decoration of analashikhe, the eye of fire. He has got a fire, he has got an Agni eye, isn't it? Eye of Agni. Anala Shikhe. Shikha is the flame. Flame of the Agni. Chakshushi, that eye. Glanya. Because of that, there was no misery for him. Glani is depression or trouble. So that he never had any, Chuchumbe means he never felt hurt. He never felt hurt with any misery or depression because of the flame of fire which is coming from his third eye. He never had that kind of problem. Tattadrisham Rudrasya, that kind of Shiva. Shiva is, what is Shiva's state of mind? What is his state of courage? That has been described by giving two facts. One is he never had any problem in swallowing kalakota poison, and then he never had any problem because of the flames of fire from his third eye. That kind of Shiva, Tattadrisham Rudrasya, Chetaha, his mind, Yat Prasabham Marajvara Shikijwalena Leli. Prasabham means forcibly. That is, even if he doesn't want, forcibly, Marajvara, the fever of Manmatha, Shikhi is the flame of the fire of fever of Manmatha, Shikhi Jwala, the flame of fire of the fever of Manmatha, Lelihyate, he is getting licked. Lelihyate is getting licked, means he is getting touched. He is getting touched. He is getting affected by forcibly by the flame of fire of fever of Manmatha. That is the Prabhavam. See, such kind of Shiva who was not disturbed by Kalakota poison, who was not disturbed by the third eye fire, that kind of Shiva is now affected by the flame of fire of the fever of Manmatha forcibly. That is the preeminence, Prabhavam. That is the preeminence of your gentle, sportive drops of rays of your smile, not even entire smile. Sitamshu Kalika, a drop of the ray of your smile is able to do this. A drop of your ray of your smile is able to effect such a big change in Shiva. That is the beauty of the shloka. Vitamshu Kalika Helabhavam Prabhavam. That is the preeminence of your drop of sportive play of rays of your gentle smile. Next.
स्तम्भिन्नेव सुपर्वलोकतटिनी वीचिचयैर्यामुनैः सम्मिश्रेव शशाङ्क दीप्तिलहरी नीलैर्महनीरदैः कामाक्षी स्फुरित तव स्मितरुचिः कालाञ्जन स्पर्धिना कालिम्ना कचरुचिषां व्यतिकरे काचिदृशा मश्नुते.
Again, Tava Smitaruchihi, the brilliance of your smile that is being described. Sambhinneva Suparvaloka Tatini Vichichayahi Yamunaihi. Suparvaloka Tatini is Ganga. Why it is called Suparvaloka Tatini? Tatini means river. Suparvaloka is Devaloka. Devaloka river. Which is the Devaloka river? Ganga only. Why Devaloka is called Suparvaloka? Suparva means the period is always good. On earth, we have all kinds of periods. We have now heavy showers, we have floods, we have drought, we have all kinds of things. None of these things is there in Devaloka. Always beautiful circumstance. Everything is beautiful. So period, the time is always good. That is why Suparvaloka. So that kind of Devaloka river, that is Ganga, Sambhinna eva, it is combined. That kind of Ganga which is known for white waters, it is combined with Vichichayahi Yamunaihi, with the mass of waves of Yamuna. When white waters of Ganga are mixed with the dark waters of Yamuna, mass of waves of Yamuna. Sammishreva Shashanka Deepti Lahari Neelaihi Maha Neeradaihi. He is now explaining white comparing with black. Now why he is saying that he will explain later. Sammishreva, as if it is mixed. What is mixed? Shashanka Deepti Lahari, the wave of shine of moon. Shashanka is moon. Wave of the shine of moon. That is so beautifully white. Neelaihi Maha Neeradaihi. Neerada is cloud. Black cloud. Large black clouds. If it is surrounded by large black clouds, how it will look like? The beautiful white gentle moonlight is surrounded by large black clouds, like Ganga joining Yamuna, like that. Kamakshi, Spurita Tava Smitaruchihi, the brilliance of your smile, Spurita, it is ever shining, it is ever seen. Kalanjana Spardhina Kalimna Kacharochisham Yatikare Kanchiddasham Ashnute. Kacharochisha. Kacha is hair. Hair is black. Kacharochisham. The shine of the black hair. Kalimna. Blackness of the hair. The blackness of the hair, that shine of the black hair. Kalanjana Spardhina. That is rival with the black collyrium. Kala Anjana Spardhina. It is a Spardhi. It is a rival with the black collyrium. Which is the rival? The black hair. The black hair is described as a rival with black collyrium. That kind of black hair is having its own black shine. So it attains indescribable state. Kanchid dasham ashnute. Vetikare, when it is mixed, when your radiance of gentle smile, which is white, vetikare, when it is mixed with this kind of black radiance of the hair, kanchid dasham ashnute. It attains some indescribable state. And there are two examples given for this indescribable state of the gentle smile shine mixing with the black radiance of the hair, which itself is a rival to the black collyrium. The black collyrium is also there on the eyes. That is why he is bringing that. That is also there. That is adding to the blackness. So there is a black and there is a white. So this is like the Ganga waters mixing with the Yamuna waters. and the moonshine mixing with the dark, large dark clouds surrounding the moon. Next.
जानीमो जगदीश्वर प्रणयिनी त्वन्मन्दहासप्रभां श्रीकामाक्षि सरोजिनीम् अभिनवां येषा यत सर्वदा हास्येन्दोरवलोकने पशुपतेः अभ्येति सम्फुल्लतां तन्द्रौलु सदभावयेव तनुते तद्वैपरीत्यक्रमम्
Janimo Jagadishwara Pranayini Swanmanda Hasa Prabham. Jagadishwara Pranayini, the beloved of Jagadishwara, beloved of Jagadishwara Shiva, that is the address he is calling Kamakshi. Swanmanda Hasa Prabham Jani Maha. We know, Jani Maha means we know, we understand the brilliance of your gentle smile. We know your gentle smile, the brilliance of your gentle smile. What does he know? He explains. Sri Kamakshi, again address, Sarojinim Abhinavam Yesha Yata Sarvata. It is a new kind of lotus. Sarojinim Abhinavam. Abhinavam, new kind. Sarojini, lotus, group of lotuses, lotus pond. It is a new kind of group of lotuses. Sarvada, at all times. That we understand. But there is one problem with comparing it with the lotus. Asyendoho avalokanena pashupatehe abhyeti sampullatam. Pashupatehe asya indoho. Pashupate of Shiva. Asya indoho. The moon face. Asya is face. His face is like a moon. Avalokena. By looking at it. Avalokane, not Avalokena. Again, another mistake. Avalokane. In looking at the moon face of Shiva, it attains Abhyeti. It attains Sampullatam, fully blossomed state. No lotus will attain fully blossomed state on seeing the moon. But this is a very strange lotus that it attains fully blossomed state on seeing the moon face of Shiva. That is what he is saying. Asyendoho avalokane pashupatehe abhyeti sampullatam. Then tandraluhu tat abhavayeva tanute tat vaiparitya kramam. Tat abhavayeva. When that is not present, abhava is not present. What is not present? Shiva's moon face is not present. When Shiva is not in front of Devi. So in its absence, what happens? Tat vaiparitya kramam tanute. It attains the state of being just opposite of sampullatam. That is, it closes. The lotus closes itself. Vaiparitya is contrary state. Kramam, contrary state. Tat of the earlier one. That is sampullatam. So it attains a contrary state to the fully blossomed state. That means it closes itself. Tat abhavayeva. The very absence of that Asya Indu, the moon face, brings about this kind of contrary state for this fully blossomed lotus. And not only that, Tandraluhu, it becomes lazy. That is, even closing or opening, it has no energy left. Tandraluhu means it becomes lazy. The gentle smile, that lotus becomes lazy and it closes itself in the absence of Shiva's face. It's a beautiful explanation of the love between Shiva and Devi. So he says, "O beloved of Jagadishwara, we know the brilliance of your gentle smile. It is a new kind of group of lotuses always. Why? Always. Sarvada, let us take it with Astyandoho Avalokana. Yataha Sarvada. Always it attains fully blossomed state when it sees the moon face of Shiva. Sarvada Sampullakam Abhyati. And tat abhavayeva, the absence of that Shiva's face brings about the contrary state for this lotus, and it becomes very lazy. Next.
యాంతి లోహితి మానమభ్రతటిని ధాతుచ్చటాకర్ధమైః భాంతి బాలగభస్తిమాలి కిరణైః మేఘావలి శారది బింబోష్టద్యుతి పుంజచుంబనకలా శోణాయమానేన తే కామాక్షి స్మితరుచిషా సమదశాం ఆరోఢుమా కక్షతే.
Again, some difficult examples he is giving. Smita Rochisha Samadasha Arodham Akankshate. Kamakshi, Smita Rochisha, with the brilliance of your smile, Samadasham, the same state, equal state, Arodham, to attain that equal state, Akankshate, it desires to attain the equal state with the brilliance of your gentle smile. Who is desiring? He is explaining. Yanti lohiti manam abhratatini dhatuchhata kardamaihi. Abhratatini is again Ganga. Akasha Ganga. Abhra is cloud actually. River in the clouds. That means river in Devaloka. That means Akasha Ganga. Akasha Ganga, Yanti means it attains red color. Lohiti manam. It attains red color. It is actually by nature white, but it attains red color by the flush of particles of minerals. Dhatu chata kardamaihi. Kardama is flush. Flush of particles. Chata is particles. Chata was interpreted as shine elsewhere, but here it means particles. Dhatu chata, particles of minerals. Particles of minerals in the form of a slush, when it gets added to the flow of Ganga, Ganga attains a red color. That is what he is saying. Now, why he is saying that, he will explain. Bhanti bala gabastimali kiranaihi meghavali sharadi. Sharadi Meghavali, the autumnal cloud, the group of autumnal cloud, Megha Avali, the rows of clouds of autumn. The autumnal cloud mass shines, Bhanti, it shines with the rays of the young Surya, Bala Gabastimali Kiranaihi. Gabastimali means Surya. Gabasti is rays, brilliant rays is called Gabasti. Since he is having brilliant rays, he is known as Gabastimali. So, Bala Surya, the rays of Bala Surya, it is shining. Which is shining? The autumnal clouds. Autumnal clouds are white and Bala Surya rays are red color. Like Ganga was white and the minerals were red, adding red color. That is what we have to understand. Similarly, your brilliant gentle smile is white color. Now some red color is going to get added to that. Bimboshthadyuti punja chumbanakala shonayamanena. Hey, shonayamana means attains red color. Your white gentle smile attains red color. How? Bimboshthadyuti punja chumbanakala. Chumbana means actually kissing. Here it means in contact with. By the art of contact, chumbanakala, by the art of contact with Punja, with the mass of Dyuti, radiance of Bimba Oshtha, the lips which are like Bimba fruit. The lips which are like Bimba fruit, and it produces a mass of red colored brilliance. By contact with that, in a very artful manner, your gentle smile also attains red color. So, the other two objects want to compete with you in terms of this red color, the newly attained red color. That is why the Ganga river having attained a red color because of the flush of minerals, particles of minerals. Similarly, the autumnal cloud mass attains red color by the Balasurya rays. And these two have a desire to attain equal state with the gentle smile of yours, which has become red again by the very artful contact with the mass of radiance of lips, which are like bimba fruit. Next.
श्रीकामाक्षि मुखेन्दुभूषणमिदं मन्दस्मितं तावकं नेत्रानन्दकरं तथा हिमकरग गच्छेत्यथ दिग्मदां शीतं देवि तथा यथा हिमजलं सन्तापमुद्रास्पदो श्वेतं किं च तथा यथा मलिनतां धत्ते च मुक्ता मणिः
Sri Kamakshi, Tavakam Mandasmitam, your gentle smile, Mukhendu Bhushanam, this idam, this gentle smile of yours is actually an ornament for the face moon, Mukha Indu. If your face is a moon, and that face moon has got a beautiful white ornament, which is your gentle smile. Netranandakaram tatha himakaro gachet yatha tigmatam. Netra anandakaram, it gives so much of happiness to the eyes, so much of delight, so much of bliss to the eyes of onlooker. Netra anandakaram. How much of bliss he is comparing with Himakaro Gacchedyatha Tigmata. Himakaraha is moon. As if by looking at the moon, moon is always very pleasant, isn't it? But now moon has become very harsh, hot. Tigmata means hot and harsh. The quality of being hot and harsh. After looking at your gentle smile, if I look at the moon looks like very hot and harsh. Whereas your gentle smile is netra anandakaram. It brings bliss to my eyes. Similarly, Sheetam Devi, your gentle smile is very cooling. Sheetam Devi tatha. Yatha himajalam santapa mudraspadam. Whereas if I touch the waters of Himalayas or cool water, any ice water should feel cool, isn't it? But what now happens? It bears the stamp of heat. Santapa mudraspadam. It bears the stamp of heat. After enjoying the coolness of your gentle smile, when I go and touch cool water, it only bears the stamp of heat. Next, Shvetam Kincha, your gentle smile is also very white, compared to what? Yatha Malinatam Dhatte Muktamani. Muktamani, the pearl is supposed to be comparably quite white. But when compared to your gentle smile, Malinatam Dhatte, it attains a dirty state. After seeing your gentle smile, if I see the pearl, it is no longer bright, it is very dirty. So he is giving so many examples to praise the gentle smile. So he says, your gentle smile is indeed an ornament for the moon face, and it produces so much of bliss for the eyes of the onlooker, such that when he looks at the moon becomes very hot and harsh. And your gentle smile is so cool that when the onlooker feels the cool ice water, it actually bears the stamp of heat. And your gentle smile is so white that when the onlooker goes and sees the pearl, Muktamani, it actually attains a dirty state. It is no longer looking attractively white. It is looking very bad, very dirty. So this is three comparisons he is making with the Mukhendu Bhushanam Mandasmitam. I think we'll stop for the day and invite questions.
If anybody has any questions, please unmute yourself and ask questions, please. Any questions, anybody?
Nowadays, questions have not been coming at all.
So nicely explained.
Yeah.
Mama,
Usually-
only one thing. First place, I think Shiva's face is